At number 10, we have American actress Renee Zellweger. The rumors of her alleged plastic surgery operation started from her attendance at Elle's Women in Hollywood party in 2014, where the entire internet decided she looked completely different from her last public appearance. And trust me when I say they were not quiet about this. Aside from her not seeming like her usual self visually, Renee spoke with people about the issues following the social media rampant. She told the media outlet at the time, quote, "I'm glad folks think I look different. I'm living a different, happy, more fulfilling life, and I'm thrilled that perhaps it shows." In line with her previous statement, she also touched on the fact that she felt like the conversation stimulated around her appearance in general were targeted at her by people who were snooping for an unrealistic truth, and how they wouldn't stop hassling her until she finally addressed it. Yet people were still far from convinced anyway, so I guess there went her hopes for less harassment. At number 9, we have California girl singer, songwriter, actress, and TV personality Katy Perry. This pop princess has certainly made her mark in Hollywood over the years, but one thing she says she has not done is undergone plastic surgery. Perry dished her February 29 in a January 2018 interview about which cosmetic procedures she apparently made the decision to greenlight versus the ones she had not. In typical girl boss Katy fashion, she also proceeded to flock to the defense of people who obtain plastic surgeries, as she understands that doing so is both a decision and right completely for themselves. The Dark Horse artist detailed, quote, "I haven't had any. I've done lasers and gotten injections under my eyes for the hollowing, which I'd recommend for everyone who wants a solution for their dark circles, but all my assets are real. People tend to think they are fake, but it doesn't really matter." We're getting away from the negative stigma about physical alterations. Of course, always be your authentic self, but if someone wants a nose job that makes them feel better and they love their profile more because of it, go ahead, do whatever makes you feel better about yourself.
Sniping our number 8 spot, we have the Bogdanov brothers. Igor and Grishka Bogdanov are identical twins known for being French TV presenters, producers, and scientific writers. But they are also known for their very drastic plastic surgery transformation, which has gotten the attention of media all over the world. Back in the 1970s, they were known for their handsome looks and were sharing screen time before they got addicted to cosmetic surgery. In 2010, it was reported that they each had a number of chin and cheek implants as well as fillers and Botox. But a little too much of all of the above because their face looks permanently swollen all the time and they now have a very cat-like look to them. When seeing the before and after pictures, it is crazy to see how much their face has changed. In spot number 7, we have Priscilla Presley. She will always be under a spotlight after being Elvis Presley's ex. How could you not be? But in 2018, media outlets were focused on her with rumors going around claiming she had even more plastic surgery done. People criticized her hard on social media, saying that she looks like she had a mask on. She has spoken about some of her botched cosmetic procedures in the past, saying that she has had industrial low-grade silicone injected into her face. She described it as being something similar to what mechanics use to grease car parts. Her botched procedure led to an investigation, with that doctor being sentenced to 18 months in federal prison. Some of his injections caused lumps, paralysis, and holes in his client's face. So Priscilla had to undergo even more procedures to try and correct the mistakes that he made, and unfortunately this drastically changed her appearance. Taking over spot number 6 is Kenny Rogers. He never seemed to have a problem with the ladies, often praised for his handsome looks, but at one point in his life he decided to make some changes to his appearance, and now he says he regrets it. During a CBS interview, he got very personal and talked about his decision to get eye lift surgery and said, "The guy who did it was one of the world's best, but he just had this concept that the edge of your eyes had to be higher than a certain place, and I regret that." He does look very different in the before and after comparison because the eye lift kind of changes the whole look and shape of his face. Plus, reports also claim that he has had Botox done as well, which has also altered his appearance. But not the worst one we've seen on this list. Halfway through our list, at number 5 is Adrienne Ballant. People started telling her she looks like one of the Kardashian sisters now after seeming to have work done on her face. Fans started calling her out after her pictures online showed her lips looking more plump and her face taking a more contoured shape. Adrienne has been open about going under the knife for her breast implants when she was just 19 years old, but claims she's never touched her face. During an interview in 2014, she said she would never touch her face, but people don't believe that she's stuck to her word now that her face looks drastically different. A plastic surgeon even chimed in on the situation and said, "I think she's had rhinoplasty and lip filler and maybe cheek augmentation as well. Her lower lip used to be twice as thick as her upper lip, now they are almost the same thickness. Regardless, she's still beautiful. I honestly think people are just still holding on to her from looking like the Cheetah Girls. I mean, I kind of do that. I just remember her as the girl from the Cheetah Girls. Here now at number 4 is Tori Spelling. Just last month, she was making headlines for allegedly getting more plastic surgery done, but this was not the first time that this has happened. After rumor mills started claiming she had even more work done on her face, she finally commented on it while talking to The Sun. She said, "People have been talking about me having plastic surgery since I was 17. It's the one thing that has stayed with me my entire career." She's revealed in the past that she has had a nose job and her breasts done, but says that she hasn't had anything since. She said that when people say she's had extensive amounts of plastic surgery done over the years, that is simply not true. But because of how drastic her face changes seem to be, people don't believe that she has not touched her face since then. It seems like more than just one nose job was done, but she has not admitted to anything else. She did admit though that she looks very different, revealing that her kids don't even recognize her in reruns of 90210.
Number 3, Sharon Osbourne. The former The Talk panelist is no stranger to plastic surgery, and it really seemed to work out for her over the years, considering her appearance was never really altered too drastically. But all that changed in late 2021, when she got a facelift that, in her own words, ended up making her look like a cyclops. Quote, "I had a full facelift done in October, and I looked like one of those effing mummies that they wrap with bandages." She told the Sunday Times that the whole thing hurt like hell, but what was even worse is that the pain never really paid off. Sharon said that after the more than 5-hour surgery, she was left looking horrendous, and she even told the surgeon, quote, "You've got to be effing joking. One of my eyes was different than the other. I looked like an effing cyclops. All I need is a hunchback." It sounds funny, but it would have been a nightmare. Even her husband, Ozzy Osbourne, was totally against the results. Fortunately, she was able to undergo reconstructive work, and she's now a lot more satisfied with her appearance.
At number 2, we have another Kardashian. This time she is the core of their bunch and single-handedly the reason why they all have their fame today. Kim Kardashian has always been a touchy subject when it comes to plastic surgery theories for as long as I can remember. But one instance that really reeled everybody in was her body accusations after she gave birth to her eldest daughter, Northwest, back in 2013. Naturally, the reality star was absolutely livid about the fact that her post-baby efforts in the fitness department were suddenly being overshadowed by accusations of her having gone under the knife to achieve her bounce-back body. She released a tweet which stated, "I'm very frustrated today seeing reports that I got surgery to lose my baby weight. This is false. I worked so hard to train myself to eat right and healthy. I worked out so hard and this was such a challenge for me, but I did it. I'm so proud of my accomplishment and no one will take this away from me with fake reports. Say what you want about me, but I work hard and I'm the most disciplined person you will ever meet." As if she hadn't proven her point enough though, Kim spoke out once more a couple of months following a fan questioning on social media why it was so hard for everybody to believe she didn't work hard to achieve her body. They also complimented the reality star by saying how great she looked, to which Kim had responded with, "Preach, lol, thank you. It sucks when people make up surgery or Photoshop lies when I'm so disciplined and worked so hard. Just trying to motivate others and show anyone struggling with weight they can totally achieve what they want if they're dedicated." I'll leave it at that. At number 1, we have our affluent pop princess Ariana Grande. This wouldn't be the first time the gorgeous starlet would receive rumors of lying about procedures people believe she's undergone, but it would be the last time she used up her energy to address it. Ariana once pointed out in a 2014 video, quote, "On the cover of some magazine they said, 'Oh, Ariana Grande, boob job, brow lift, cheap shaving, lips done.' I was like, you're comparing a picture of me from when I'm 14 years old to when I'm 21, and I'm wearing a push-up bra." Ariana also readdressed the rumors while reminiscing at throwback family photos with her older brother Frankie. While doing so, she lightheartedly joked, "That's why I'm on the cover and they're saying I got plastic surgery. Goddamn, puberty went nice. It came late, but she finally came through for me."
Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is Bella Hadid. The famous model is beautiful nonetheless, but her transformation goes under the radar sometimes, with people not realizing how much her appearance has changed. But she's always been very defensive when it comes to rumors that claim she has had plastic surgery done and other procedures procedures like face fillers. During a 2018 interview, she responded to comments on it and said, "People think I got all this surgery or did this or that. And you know what? We can do a scan on my face, darling. I'm scared of putting fillers in my lips. I wouldn't want to mess up my face." But looking at photos from the start of her career in 2010 until now, she looks completely different. And if it isn't surgery or cosmetic procedures, what caused the drastic change? She's denied everything, so maybe one day she will give us a real answer. Up next, number 9, we have Sharon Osbourne. Unlike Bella, Sharon has always been very open and honest about her journey with plastic surgery. In 2016, she admitted that she was on her 3rd face at that point and revealed she hasn't always liked the work that she's had done. She said, "In a lot of shots, my face looks plastic, and at certain angles, I'm like, oh dear, I should have never done that." But that has not stopped her from getting more done. In September of 2019, on the premiere of The Talk, she shared with the audience that she had gotten a facelift 5 weeks prior. She said she had her neck done to make her face look more refreshed. You wouldn't think she looks much different in more recent times because she's been getting work done for a while now, but when you see her before pictures, you really get to see just how much her face has changed throughout her life. Honestly, I didn't even know what she looked like before until I saw that. I was like, what? Different person.
At number 8, we have Emily Ratajkowski. Emily had accusations of getting lip injections before, and she took to her Instagram stories to address the topic in January 2021. In this, she fired back with, "For anyone saying you need to stop with the lip injections, I've never had lip injections. No judging folks who do, but you can't get injections when you're pregnant." She even pulled out the statistics to back up her facts, following up with, "A woman's blood volume increases 50%, which is why ladies can get a little puffy in the face and lips during pregnancy." In response, fans had said things like how Emily had been pregnant forever, which was a rude comment she very quickly shut down. She even later shared a picture of herself from the 6th grade to prove her natural lips are nearly identical, keeping in mind that as we develop, our facial structures can change slightly, so they wouldn't be 100% the same. Still, quite the impressive way to prove your point, Em.
Number 7, Courtney Cox. If you take a look at the photos of the Friends star from back in the 90s and compare it to now, it's easy to see that she has undergone a whole range of different procedures. But unlike most celebrities, Courtney Cox has been completely open about the cosmetic procedures that she's had done to her face. The 58-year-old star confessed even though she thought she had undergone far too much at one point, looking completely unrecognizable. When she was asked about her fillers, she said, quote, "You have no idea because it's gradual until you go, oh, this doesn't look right, and it's worse in pictures than in real life," telling You Beauty magazine in 2017 that she gradually realized fillers were not her friend. Courtney explained that she gradually became addicted to surgery and was taking advice from the wrong people. Quote, "Well, what would end up happening is that you would go to a doctor who would say, you look great, but what would help is a little injection here or filler there." And she said she didn't realize how she looked until her friend looked at her face and said, "Whoa, no more."
At number 6, we have the ever so iconic singer, actress, and dancer Jennifer Lopez, known mostly under her stage name of J-Lo. With how much popularity she's accumulated in her youthful looking years, it's no surprise that she's yet another celebrity who received plastic surgery accusations. In January of last year, J-Lo uploaded a video of her testing out her new face mask under her J-Lo beauty line. A user on the platform posted a comment which reads, "You definitely have Botox, and tons of it. And it's all good, just saying." This seemed to be Jennifer's snapping point because she rapidly responded with, "LOL, that's just my face. For the 500 millionth time, I've never done any Botox or injectables or surgery. Just saying. Get you some J-Lo beauty and feel beautiful in your own skin." Jennifer then added on to this comment with the statement, "Here's another J-Lo beauty secret. Try spending time being more positive, kind, and uplifting of others. Don't spend your time trying to bring others down. That will keep you youthful and beautiful too. Sending you love." What a classy way to stick it to him.
Number 5, Jennifer Grey. After being catapulted to mega fame in 1987 for playing Baby in Dirty Dancing, Jennifer's career seemed to stall, and although she was personally happy with her nose and its distinct bump, she underwent plastic surgery at the age of 29 to boost her career and gain more acting roles. But Jennifer said it actually ended up being the surgery that affected her ability to get jobs. Quote, "I went into the operating room a celebrity and came out as anonymous." She told the Mirror Mirror in 2012 that it was the nose job from hell, and she'll always be this once famous actress that nobody recognizes because of a nose job. After her first surgery, she was thrilled with the way she looked. Then less than a year later, she noticed that a tiny bit of cartilage was visible under the surface of her nose. Jennifer then underwent a second surgery to correct the issue, but when she woke up, she discovered that she no longer looked like herself at all. To make matters worse, when the public got wind of the situation, the star felt humiliated, as many people did not believe that she was Jennifer Grey anymore, and she would often have to go to great lengths just to prove that she was in fact who she said she was.
At number 4, we have another American model. This time it's Bella Hadid. Models seem to be a trend for centering around accusations of them lying about plastic surgery, but I believe it's because a supermodel's entire career is based on how she looks. And unfortunately, that means speculations and criticism will always come at large against the praises. As an accomplished model in gigs, Bella also takes one of the top spots of being a style and beauty icon. So naturally, she's been under fire for not being entirely natural. But Bella has denied these claims every time. She spoke with InStyle for an interview in 2018 where she stated, "People think I got all this surgery or did this and that, and you know what? We can do a scan of my face, darling. I'm scared of putting fillers in my lip. I wouldn't want to mess up my face."
Rolling into our third spot is Yolanda Hadid. Though the model has been very open about her own plastic surgery transformation, she insists her daughters Bella Hadid and Gigi Hadid have never had any. The former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star has always been honest about her decisions to get cosmetic procedures done to both her body and face, but in 2019 she said she is finally done with it. She posted a photo in lingerie on Instagram and captioned it, "Finally back to the original 1964, living in a body free of breast implants, fillers, Botox, extensions, and all the other stuff I thought I needed." In 2015 she revealed she had issues with her breast implants after they had ruptured and leaked into her chest cavity. She then started spreading awareness in hopes that people would educate themselves before making big decisions, and she now encourages people to fall in love with their internal beauty as well. Taking over our number 2 spot is LaToya Jackson. When seeing her transformation pictures side by side, you probably wouldn't even believe that the two photos were the same person. It's no secret that the Jackson family has had their fair share of cosmetic procedures done, each of them making headlines for it at one point in time. LaToya was making headlines in 2017 for being one nose job away from completely losing her nose. Paparazzi photos got the attention of some of America's top plastic surgeons who claim that she could literally lose her nose if she gets more work done. They pointed out that the outer flare of her nostrils have been overly narrowed to a point of near disappearance. Dr. Lyle Back said that each surgery on the face carries the risk of more collapsing, and said that it could be almost impossible for her to breathe through if she continues to get work done. And I've seen photos of people who lose their nose. It is terrifying. That's a thing. You can literally just lose your nose. In our number 1 spot is Khloe Kardashian. All the Kardashian sisters make headlines for their ever-changing looks, but Khloe seems to get the most heat for hers since her change might be the most drastic. It seems like she got fed up with all the rumors though, and decided to talk about it after people started claiming she had a face transplant. During the recent Keeping Up with the Kardashians reunion, she addressed the accusations and admitted to all the cosmetic procedures she has had done. For the first time ever, she admitted to getting a nose job, Botox, and fillers. She admitted that she responded horribly to Botox and said that she had other injections done. Her body has also changed significantly throughout her career, which is also why people point out that she has had the biggest transformation out of all her sisters. Regardless though, in my opinion, she's always been beautiful, and she says the reason she never spoke about what she's had done is because people criticize her no matter what.
Number 10. Janice Dickinson. She was known as the world's first supermodel and was hugely successful during the 1970s and 80s. Recently, she's been quite the TV star, appearing as a judge on America's Next Top Model, Celebrity Big Brother in 2015, and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here in 2007. The 67-year-old model has never been shy about admitting that she's had plastic surgery, and confessed to having a breast enlargement, tummy tuck, neck and facelifts, and liposuction and Botox in the past. Although the various surgeries had really gotten out of hand over the years, and in 2013 she declared herself bankrupt after over $1 million in taxes and unpaid cosmetic bills. 2 years later, she appeared on Botched to fix her boob job that was done 30 years before, saying at the time that she was no stranger to plastic surgery. But her perspective really changed in 2013 when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. In fact, she initially thought the lump in her breast was a botched boob job, telling Entertainment Tonight, quote, "If I had to play my life over again, I would have never gotten breast implants in the first place." But fortunately, the following year, she was declared cancer-free after 6 weeks of radiation therapy. Number 9. Tara Reid. There's no doubt that the American Pie star was one of Hollywood's it girls in the late 90s and early 2000s. But while the actress was at the pinnacle of success in her career, she was also going through various issues stemming from botched plastic surgery, and she ended up missing out on a whole bunch of roles because of it. Tara claimed that in 2004, breast implants and liposuction surgeries left her with disfigurements that damaged her career. She told US Weekly, quote, "My stomach became the most ripply, bulgy thing. I had a hernia, this huge bump next to my belly button. As a result, I couldn't wear a bikini. I lost a lot of work." Tara said that after the procedures, she knew something was wrong when it came to her breast implants, but she was 6 months post-op when she realized that it had been terribly botched. Quote, "The actual center part where the areola is, instead of it being a circle, it turned out to be a large square. It was horrifying." She also went through an infamous wardrobe malfunction on the red carpet at Diddy's 35th birthday party in 2004, which resulted in her body going viral, which left her devastated. Tara said she cried and begged photographers not to release the photos because the last thing she wanted to happen was to have the whole world see it. Number 8. Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke was one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood. He made his feature film debut with a minor role in Steven Spielberg's 1941 and garnered significant attention with 1981's Body Heat. However, in the early 90s, the actor decided to take up professional boxing, and while that brought him success, it also came with a string of severe facial injuries. Rourke reportedly faced a broken nose twice, suffered toe and rib injuries, a split tongue, a compressed cheekbone, and even short-term memory loss for some time. As a result, the actor had to undergo several reconstructive surgeries to fix himself up, but most of them did not achieve the desired result, so he had to undergo even more surgery to correct those mistakes. Eventually, Rourke's facial features were nearly unrecognizable compared to his initial appearance. In 2009, he finally opened up to the Daily Mail about it. Quote, "Most of it was to mend the mess of my face because of the boxing, but I went to the wrong guy to put my face back together," which is really sad because it was probably just down to having a really sketchy plastic surgeon.
At number 7, we have American actress and model Megan Fox. Now, Megan had to respond to her own set of plastic surgery rumors in the windmill back in 2011, where she clapped back with a quirky Facebook album under the title, "Things You Can't Do With Your Face When You Have Botox." And if this wasn't nearly comical enough in proving her haters wrong, Megan proceeded to create various facial expressions and at one point pointed to her wrinkles in the collection of photos. And well, when you're as stunning as Megan is, I can see why people would flock to the "she's had plastic surgery for sure" spiel. But regardless, please remember that not every beautiful celebrity has gone under the knife to achieve their attractive auras. Some beauty in Hollywood really is natural, and neither way is a wrong one of living. I know it's so easy to gossip about others' lives and what they choose to do with it, but we should really start refraining from commenting on people's appearances in general, even if we feel like some celebs are actually lying about it. Anyways, let's move on.
In spot number 6 is Kim Novak. She's been in the industry for decades now, so of course her appearance is going to change naturally over time. But she has admitted that her changes have not always been natural and admitted to getting plastic surgery, even revealing that she has regretted some of the choices. Fans quietly watched her looks change throughout the years, but they were shocked in 2014 when she showed up to the Academy Awards looking very different. Turns out she'd received facial injections not long before that, and it left quite the difference on her face. Viewers took her new look to Twitter and reacted to the change, saying that she needed to sue her plastic surgeon because her procedures looked botched. In a newer interview, actually just a few months ago, she says that receiving fat injections in her face was the worst thing she's ever done. The reason she actually got the procedure done in the first place was because she felt insecure and didn't want to get a facelift done, so she went with the injections instead. But it didn't really work out in her favor. Yeah, like I would try injections before I try going under a frickin' knife, but I want neither. They scare me. Halfway through our countdown, at number 5 we have Kim Bierman. As one of the original housewives on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, she became popular very quickly with her outrageous personality. Her career skyrocketed at that point, and over the years she has caused some controversy for her apparent love for plastic surgery. In 2016, she did an intimate interview with E! Online where she revealed that she's had several plastic surgeries over the years and is not afraid to get more. She said, "I will always nip and tuck if I feel the need to do so, but I am open about it. I don't care. You only go around one time, and I especially understand that, and life is very short, so there's no reason for me to lie." But even though she looks great for being a mom of 6 kids, people criticized her for encouraging her 18-year-old daughter to get lip injections. Not only did she support it, but she actually took her daughter to the best clinic in town to do so, and they documented it, and fans just had a lot to say about that. Cruising to number 4, we have Teresa Guides. Now I probably said that wrong, so all you Real Housewives fans, don't come at me. She is another Real Housewives star who has changed her looks drastically, but she is a member of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. There's a lot of them. When looking at photos of her then versus now, there's no denying that she looks like a different person. Oftentimes, fans have questioned her online about going under the knife, asking what work she has had done to achieve her new look. She's never openly talked about the details, but a plastic surgeon named Dr. Frank Agulo revealed his opinion and said, "Teresa has probably undergone a full facelift with a possible neck lift and fat injections in the face." Other doctors have also come forward as well, saying that a possible nose job could have been done based on their professional opinion. Despite what she has had done though, she has been able to keep her youthful looks, and people just know that she has had some cosmetic help. You might as well admit it. Taking over the 3rd spot is Blac Chyna. We can imagine how hard it would be to hide your plastic surgery when you are in the Hollywood limelight, but it would be even harder when you are in connection to the Kardashian family. She was in a relationship with Rob Kardashian, even having a child with him, a daughter named Dream. In recent times, she's been candid about her transformations and admitted to getting procedures on both her body and her face. She spoke on the Wendy Williams show and admitted that she got lipo done, had a butt augmentation, and also had 4 breast augmentations done throughout the years, both to make them bigger and to make them smaller. But ever since having her daughter, she said it is just becoming too much. As for her face, she has admitted to cosmetic procedures and removing her face piercings, which ended up leaving her with dimples on her cheeks. So if you ever wondered where those are from, it is because she had piercings. The holes from her piercings have now closed up, but she's left with those dimples, which I didn't know. I thought she just had dimples.
Number 2, Joan Van Ark. The actress became famous for her roles on the nighttime soap operas Dallas and Knots Landing between the late 1970s to early 1990s. And while she was known to be extremely beautiful at the peak of her acting career, Joan's appearance has changed so much over the years due to her extreme addiction to plastic surgery. If you want to know the extent of the procedures, one source who allegedly saw Joan in January 2020 told the Globe that it looked like her face was melting. Now that's pretty harsh to say, but it might just be that bad, considering just how much the 79-year-old has reportedly gone under the knife. We're talking about blepharoplasty, cheek and lip fillers, Botox injections. In fact, plastic surgeon Dr. Anthony Yun told the National Enquirer that Van Ark's drastically changed appearance is also due to at least 1 or 2 facelifts, which is what caused her neckline and jawline to look tight. But this is all speculation, and everyone knows working in the industry comes with various pressures to stay young. So addiction to cosmetic surgery is unfortunately something that comes with the territory. And coming in at number 1, Katie Price. Since becoming a household name as a glamour model in the 90s, Katie Price's brand has become synonymous with plastic surgery. As a 44-year-old status has risen over the last 2 decades, so has the number of times she's gone under the knife, leaving her now completely unrecognizable from her former self. But Katie has always been honest about the work she's had done, like the fact that she's had a whopping 12 boob jobs over the last 25 years, and she got the first one when she was only 18. But a trip to Turkey for one of the procedures resulted in a botched boob job. She told The Sun, quote, "I had my boobs done in Turkey and they looked deformed. They were absolutely awful." She's also had veneers done, and in June last year, Katie endured one of the most ambitious rounds of surgery yet, as she underwent another the facelift on the same day that she also treated herself to liposuction and fat injections to her bum. The TV personality is also a big fan of Botox and has underwent an eye and brow lift that has left her face with a sharp, tight look. Plastic surgery is definitely synonymous with her brand at this point, and although Katie has said many times that she has no plan to stop going under the knife, just by looking at old pictures, it's easy to see that she looked a lot better before.
In our number 1 spot is Charlotte Crosby. She's skyrocketed into fame after being an OG member of the reality show Geordie Shore for many seasons. People were quick to fall in love with her fun personality and also her natural beauty, which is why they were left so shocked when she became the topic on a show called Celebrities: What Happened to Your Face. The show exposed her plastic surgery transformation, and fans were shocked to see how drastic her changes were. Charlotte has never denied having surgery and has always been open about it along the way, but she had a problem with how the show criticized her for it. She has admitted to Botox, fillers, and other plastic surgery procedures, but doctors have recently come forward sharing their concerns that her fillers were not done well. Dr. Sabrina Shadisai said, "You can see her lips are too full. The apple of her cheek is too big, almost like a golf ball. Good jobs are not visible, bad jobs are extremely visible." There is no denying that she looks different now, still beautiful though nonetheless, and I was a huge fan of the show. I think she's hilarious. Sniping our number 9 spot is Mel B. Let's be realistic for a second, because she is a former Spice Girl. I don't think she will ever be like unrecognizable. People will always know her as Scary Spice. But she has changed her look throughout her career, and if you aren't a Spice Girls fan, then there's a chance you wouldn't look twice if she passed by. She is still just as gorgeous as she was when she was in the girl group, but you can tell that she's had some work done. The singer admits to it though, doing countless interviews and admitting to having nips and tucks throughout the years. She's altered both her body and her face, and some of the work she has had done shows. When talking to Piers Morgan, she admitted that there are things about her body and appearance that she doesn't like, which is why she decided to have procedures done in the first place. She's always kept it very real though, which I can respect and appreciate. She once uploaded a picture of her getting cosmetic surgery and wrote, "I believe in being the best version of yourself, and I'm a great believer of looking and keeping your natural beauty, suggesting that cosmetic procedures are better than going under the knife sometimes," which a lot of people do, you know, like the Botox, the fillers. Yeah, not for me. I don't like needles. I wish there was another way. Coming up next, number 8 is Simon Cowell. While his brutally honest attitude hasn't changed much throughout the years, his appearance sure has. One thing that has fluctuated throughout his career is his weight, which has changed his appearance on different occasions, but he was always recognizable. I mean, he's Simon Cowell. It wasn't until he stepped out on the red carpet in 2020 looking very different with a new face and a new smile. Turns out he got a brand new set of teeth and had some work done to his face, which made him look really stiff, almost like plastic. But he didn't try to hide the fact he had plastic surgery done. He actually admitted to getting a facelift and explained that it hurt like hell. He was heavily criticized by the internet, with people saying that it looked like his surgeon did the procedure in the dark. It has settled down now more. That didn't make sense. It has settled down more now, is what I meant to say. He looks back to himself. Moving on to number 7, we have Aubrey O'Day. She first gained fame from being one of the members of Danny D. Kane after competing to be in the group for 2 seasons on MTV's Making the Band competition show. The group eventually split, and she continued to grow her own solo career, changing her appearance along the way. She's appeared on different reality TV shows and has made headlines for her ever-changing looks. Despite photos and media showing how drastically different she looks now, she's always denied having plastic surgery done. She has admitted to some cosmetic procedures, but stands firm on not going under the knife. Because she denies it, people criticize her photos online, asking if it's just really heavy editing or if she's had work done. It also didn't help her case when paparazzi photos went viral online and showed her without any filters or makeup, showing her looking like a completely different person than what people see online. Caused a huge stir, and she said that the photos were tweaked to make her look worse than she really did, but no one was buying it.
Number 6. Lisa Rinna. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star and soap opera actress Lisa Rinna has been very open about her plastic surgery choices, mainly her decision to plump her lips with injections, which definitely seemed to have gone a little bit too far. Rinna had permanent silicone filler injected into her top lip, which she initially loved, but eventually she decided to have it reduced after facing criticism for her appearance. She told People in 2010, quote, "I was crazy to even touch them in the first place. In total, she's had 4 injections, and she explained that in the beginning, it was great, but after about 10 years, the silicone started seeping through her lip and creating scar tissue that was hard and bumpy. She claimed that when she would get photographed, her lips would look a certain way, and then people would start to talk." The TV star said that she even tried cortisone shots to reduce the swelling, but instead of helping it, it actually made them look worse. Quote, "I have a doctor to remove as much as they possibly can because it got to the point where they were yucky. You know, they get hard, it's gross." Lisa said that the doctor took out as much silicone as possible, and now her lips are somewhat back to normal. Number 5. Vicki Gunvalson. The Real Housewives of Orange County star has never been shy about the multiple facial procedures she's gotten over the years. In July 2018, Gunvalson told US Weekly that the eyelid blepharoplasty and facelift she had just gotten would be her last procedures. She also opened up about the various fillers that she had gotten done and admitted that it made her look drastically different. "I had a lot of fillers in my face and I didn't feel like it was me anymore. I had too many doctors, too many different times say, let's do this, let's do that, let's fill here." Vicki said that by the time she was done, she looked in the mirror and realized that she no longer looked anything like herself. But what's really upsetting is that she admitted that being called Miss Piggy by her co-star Slade Smiley was what really led her to get all the plastic surgery, which also included a nose job and a chin implant. She confessed in 2012 that she's always felt like she wasn't pretty enough, and that although she's taken a year to fully heal from the procedures, it didn't change her on the inside. Number 4. Kylie Jenner. The Keeping Up with the Kardashians star has basically grown up in the spotlight, so her transformation from tween to teen and now a 20-something mother has all been before our very eyes, which means that it's not hard to notice the drastic changes to Kylie's appearance in the more than 10 years since the show first aired in 2007. While fans have speculated about Kylie having undergone everything from lip filler to a Brazilian butt lift, it's hard to separate fact from fiction when it comes to her ever-changing aesthetic. But after years of denying that she had lip filler, the star eventually came clean about that particular cosmetic touch-up. During a 2015 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kylie admits, quote, "I have temporary lip fillers. It's just an insecurity of mine and it's what I wanted to do. But it's a little bit sad when you look at why she got it done. Quote, "I was 15 and I was insecure about my lips. I have really small lips, and it was just like one of my first kisses and a guy was like, I didn't think you would be a good kisser because you have such small lips." She also admitted that she definitely made her lips a little too big at one point, before her sisters pointed it out and said, "Kylie, you need to chill." They were definitely right to let her know when it was becoming a little too much.
At number 3, we have Hailey Bieber. Amongst her fairly recent title of being Justin Bieber's wife, she is very much her own person because of the mega successful supermodel career she maintains. Hailey has also faced previous backlash about possibly lying about getting procedures done, and many will say her before and after pictures speak for themselves. Her subjection to harsh criticism led to her slamming a plastic surgeon account on Instagram when a side-by-side photo of her as a teenager was being compared to her visuals now. Quote, "Stop using pics that are edited by makeup artists. This photo on the right is not what I look like. I've never touched my face, so if you're gonna sit around and compare me at 13 and then me at 23, at least use a natural photo that wasn't edited so crazy." I think I'll leave this one up to you guys to debunk though.
In spot number 2, we have Elon Musk. For years now, people have been debating whether or not he has had cosmetic procedures done, and if so, what exactly he has had done. While there has been no confirmation from him, people are convinced that he has had a facelift and also a hair transplant. Photos will show that his hairline was once very receding and now he has a full head of hair, but it also shows his face taking on a very different shape and very smooth skin, almost like wax. People didn't really notice his drastic change in appearance until recently when an old photo of him started getting passed around online. There were a lot of inconsistencies in his appearance, and people have debated whether it's just Botox, if it's a facelift surgery, or if it's other kinds of enhancements. Like I said though, there are no confirmations on what the answer is, so I will let you guys be the judge. Let me know in the comments. Coming in hot at number 1 is Mama June. Her real name is June Shannon, but she earned the name Mama June on the hit series Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. She first surprised fans with a completely different look after losing a significant amount of weight. Reports say when she was doing the show, she was around 460 pounds. She ended up having gastric surgery in May 2016 and then later had a tummy tuck. She then went on to have her own reality show called Mama June From Not to Hot, where she filmed her journey of losing over 300 pounds by working out with a trainer a few times a week and changing her diet. But her body is not the only thing that has changed. She has also had plastic surgery done to her face, which has also dramatically changed her appearance. We're not sure what exact procedures she has had done. Reports say she got her teeth fixed and underwent cosmetic procedures, which could mean a variety of things. So, haven't been able to nail down just exactly what.
Number 10, Jessica Simpson. She skyrocketed to fame in 1999 with the release of her debut album Sweet Kisses, followed by Irresistible in 2001 and 5 more studio albums. The singer, actress, and author has also been very outspoken about her personal life, including her plastic surgery disasters. She told Glamour in 2006 that she hated her lip injections. Quote, "I had that Rusty Lane stuff. It looked so fake to me. I didn't like that. But it went away in like 4 months. But lip injections were not the only thing which didn't work out for her. In her 2020 memoir Open Book, she also revealed that she had 2 tummy tucks in 2015, and the second one was riddled with complications. Quote, "I got an infection, colitis, and I was vomiting so much I thought I was going to bust my sutures." She had to spend 9 days in hospital and narrowly avoided needing a blood transplant. It was sad because all she wanted to do was get rid of the stretch marks and loose skin that was left from her 2 back-to-back pregnancies. Looking back on the surgery, she claims that she did it because she wasn't strong enough to handle her insecurities and feels much more proud of her body now. Number 9, Khloe Kardashian. The Keeping Up with the Kardashians star is known for being the funniest and most laid back of all the sisters. But over the years, fans have seen such a drastic change in her appearance that can only be put down to excessive plastic surgery. And while the reality star isn't too outspoken when it comes to her past procedures, she has opened up once before about the reason behind her choice to go under the knife. Quote, "For me, everyone says, oh my gosh, she's had her 3rd face transplant, but I've had 1 nose job and everyone gets so upset. Like, why don't I talk about it? No one's ever asked me." She also revealed that she's done injections but not really Botox because when she tried it, her face didn't really respond well. But all the surgery was probably because of something deeper. In fact, later in the episode, Khloe explained about how she experienced body image insecurity when doing photo shoots with her 2 sisters, Kim and Kourtney. Quote, "We did so many photo shoots and they would receive racks and racks of clothes, and I was told by so many different stylists I was given about 2 or 3 pieces of clothing, but not to worry because I would be in the background anyway. Yikes." Number 8, Heidi Montag. The Hill star has had some really drastic surgery done and famously underwent 10 procedures in 1 day. It sounds crazy when you think about how difficult that would be to recover from, considering it was all done at the same time. Heidi had the massive surgery day in late 2009, which included breast implants, making her an F-cup, a brow lift, a nose job, lipo on her stomach and thighs, and a butt augmentation. The drastic photos of her new appearance hit the headlines in March of 2010, and the world was more than a little bit shocked. But 3 years later, Heidi admitted to US Magazine that she actually had big regrets and health problems as a result. "I just didn't realize what I was really signing up for. It sounds so minor when you have a surgeon describing so much of it to you." She also said at the time she wasn't fully aware of the recovery time and the mental strain that it would put on her, and she claims her surgeon left this out on purpose. She went on to have some of the work reversed, but mostly maintains her current look. Number 7. Miley Cyrus. The 29-year-old singer and actress has lived so many lives already. She's been a Disney star, a country singer, then she moved to R&B for a while and back into pop. Miley has always been an eccentric performer. I mean, who can forget twerking against Robin Thicke at the MTV VMAs in 2013? But her whole style and aesthetic did a complete 180 somewhere around 2020 when she started embracing all things rock and roll. These days she looks completely unrecognizable with a platinum blonde mullet, metallic blue smoky eyeshadow, and a blue and white striped dress. She actually looks like an 80s rock star. The aesthetic change appears to be part of her newest musical era for her newest rock album, Plastic Hearts. It's still up for debate whether Miley is going for a more grunge or glam rock, but it's clear that she's chosen a whole nother genre for herself when it comes to not only style but music. After hearing her cover of Blondie's Heart of Glass, which was released as a single in late September, it became clear to so many that her voice is really suited to rock and roll. Alongside her cover of Zombie by the Cranberries and her own song Midnight Sky, it seems like she's really grown into her voice and found the perfect look for the genre. Number 6. Adele. Ever since her music blew up in the early 2010s, the powerhouse singer has released hit after hit. Her albums 21, 25, and 30 became instant successes, with all three topping number 1 on nearly every worldwide music chart. But fans were really shocked in 2020 when Adele made a post on social media that showed her completely transformed look. In fact, she joked about the change in her opening monologue for SNL, saying, "I know I look really different since you last saw me, but actually because of all the COVID restrictions, I had to travel light and I could only bring half of me, and this is the half I chose." The 34-year-old looks extremely happy these days, and she's recently opened up about the healthy lifestyle changes she made that helped her lose 100 pounds in 2 years. But she knows that plenty of negative comments have surfaced about her new look, and she told British Vogue, "My body has been objectified my entire career. It's not just now. I understand why it's a shock, I understand why some women especially were hurt. Visually, I represent a lot of women, but I'm still the same person." So it's clear that Adele is very much herself, just with a newfound confidence. Number 5. Kesha. The singer shocked fans when she debuted her glamorous and sophisticated new look at the Studio 666 premiere in Hollywood. The 34-year-old was truly unrecognizable with a dark, short bob and a plain black dress in a major style transformation from her party girl days. Kesha wore a plunging, lace-up, short, tight black leather dress that accentuated both her chest and her legs. Her brunette hair was slicked back with natural-looking makeup. The Grammy Award winner has been known to drastically alter her appearance through the years, but her new almost bare-faced look was a complete flip from her usual bright, eccentric style with heavy makeup and her signature long, wavy blonde hair. So making the change from blonde to brunette and chopping her hair into a chin bob length made all the difference in the world. But aside from desperately waiting for Kesha to release new music, fans are also longing for the conclusion of her lengthy legal battle with her former producer Dr. Luke, which has been ongoing since 2014. The defamation lawsuit against her seems like it's gonna go on forever at this stage, and it has really kept her career in a kind of limbo. But it's clear that she's already planning some kind of a comeback with her new style. Number 4. Linda Evangelista. The Canadian fashion model was undoubtedly one of the top supermodels from the 1990s and is regarded as one of the most accomplished and influential models of all time. In fact, she's been featured on over 700 magazine covers, but Linda hasn't really been seen in public very much in the last 5 years or so, and fans recently found out why. In September last year, she took to Instagram and revealed that she had undergone cool sculpting treatment to her face, which she says left her unrecognizable, as it allegedly caused fat cells in her face to multiply. Quote, "To my followers who have wondered why I have not been working while my peers' careers have been thriving, the reason is that I was brutally disfigured." She went on to say that the procedure actually did the opposite of what it was promised. In fact, what happened to her was a rare but serious side effect of cool sculpting, and the model said the treatment not only destroyed her livelihood, but sent her into a cycle of deep depression, profound sadness, and the lowest depths of self-loathing, which is extremely sad when you consider just how much it would have affected her self-esteem. Number 3. Reed Ewing. The Modern Family actor stars in one of the most successful shows on television, but Reed revealed in a Huffington Post op-ed that he'd been waging a private battle with his looks. He bravely opened up about his battle with body dysmorphia, unhealthy obsession with his physical flaws, and the plastic surgery that he had turned to as a solution. Reed wrote that when he first moved to LA at 19, he would apparently sit alone in his apartment and take photos of himself, and try to analyze every single angle muscle and feature of his face. Quote, "After a few years of doing this, one day I decided I had to get cosmetic surgery. No one is allowed to be this ugly, I thought. It's unacceptable." In 2008, he decided to see a plastic surgeon to get the first of many surgeries he would go on to have. He wanted cheek implants and wrote that he genuinely believed if he had one procedure, he would suddenly look like Brad Pitt. But he wished he hadn't because that's where the nightmare began. Quote, "After all the swelling finally went down, the results were horrendous. Reed isolated himself from everyone and it took him 6 months before he was comfortable with people even looking at him. It's extremely upsetting that his battle with body dysmorphia won, and it just left him feeling worse about himself after all the surgery." Number 2, Linda Evangelista. The Canadian fashion model was undoubtedly one of the top supermodels from the 90s and is regarded as one of the most accomplished and influential models of all times. In fact, she's been featured on over 700 magazine covers. But Linda hasn't really been in the public very much in the last 5 years or so, and fans recently found out why. In September last year, she took to Instagram and revealed that she had undergone a cool sculpting treatment to her face, which she says left her unrecognizable, as it allegedly caused fat cells in her face to multiply. Quote, "To my followers who have wondered why I have not been working while my peers' careers have been thriving, the reason is that I was brutally disfigured." She went on to say that the procedure actually did the opposite of what it was promised. In fact, what happened to her was a rare but serious side effect of cool sculpting, and the model said the treatment not only destroyed her livelihood, but sent her into a cycle of deep depression, profound sadness, and the lowest depths of self-loathing, which is extremely sad when you consider just how much it would have affected her self-esteem. Number 1, Donatella Versace. We all know Donatella Versace as a fashion designer and the vice president of one of the best-known Italian fashion houses. But there's also something else that even people who aren't interested in fashion know her for. She's a huge fan of plastic surgery. And yes, she tops the list because of how far she went with her various procedures. It's possible that the 67-year-old first went under the knife just to enhance what nature gave her. If you look at her old photos, it's pretty obvious that her face has undergone a lot of changes. Many people believe that she underwent too many of those plastic surgery procedures, possibly to correct the mistakes in each of those previous surgeries. There's been speculation that her facelift has been done to an extreme, pointing out the fact that she does seem to have a bit of a frozen look and is unable to make different facial expressions. She allegedly had lip augmentation, cheek implants, liposuction, and various other procedures. Conclusively, many have referred to Donatella as a very extreme example of plastic surgery because there's nothing subtle about the work she's had done. But the truth is, it probably had a lot to do with societal expectations and the pressure to maintain the image of her brand Versace. Number 10, Courtney Cox. If you take a look at photos of the Friends star from back in the 90s compared to now, it's easy to see that she has undergone a whole range of different procedures. But unlike most celebrities, Courtney Cox has been completely open about all the procedures that she's had done. The 58-year-old star confessed that she thought she'd gone too far at one point and said, "You have no idea because it's gradual until you go, oh, this doesn't look right, and it's worse in pictures than in real life," telling New Beauty magazine in 2017 that she gradually became addicted to surgery and was taking advice from all the wrong people. Quote, "Well, what would end up happening is that you go to a doctor who would say, you look great, but what would really help is a little injection here or filler there." She said she didn't realize how she looked until her friend looked at her face and said, "Whoa, no more." So it clearly took her a while. If you're loving this video so far, please hit that like button, it would really help us out. Number 9, Khloe Kardashian. The Keeping Up with the Kardashians star is known for being the funniest and most laid back of all the sisters. But over the years, fans have seen such a drastic change in her appearance that it can only be put down to excessive plastic surgery. And while the reality star isn't too outspoken when it comes to her past procedures, she has opened up once before about the reason behind her choice to go under the knife. Quote, "For me, everyone says, oh my gosh, she's had her 3rd face transplant, but I've only had 1 nose job and everyone gets so upset. Like, why don't I talk about it? No one's ever asked me." She also revealed that she has done injections but not really Botox because when she tried it, her her face responded horribly, but all the surgery was probably because of something deeper. In fact, later in the episode, Khloe explained how she experienced body image insecurity when doing photo shoots with her sisters, saying they would receive racks and racks of clothes, and I was told by so many different stylists I was given about 2 or 3 pieces of clothing, but not to worry because I would be in the background anyway, which is pretty unfortunate because being treated like that would upset just about anybody. Number 8. Christina Aguilera. The singer has come a long way since her Disney days with Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears. After establishing herself as the voice of a generation, she also tried her hand at acting and gave us movies like Burlesque starring alongside Cher. But recently her comeback had fans talking about her changing face. In 2017, many noticed that Christina had plumper lips during her tribute performance to Whitney Houston at that year's AMAs. According to experts, she has had some work done to her face. There's been speculations about Botox, lip and cheek fillers, and jaw contouring. Despite the did she or didn't she do it debate, Christina has denied going under the knife. Instead, she revealed in a secret interview that she just loves to experiment with her makeup looks. She told Paper Magazine, "I mean, I'm a girl that likes a beat face, let's not get it twisted." So her fuller appearance could really be down to anything, or just the fact that it's perfectly natural for someone's appearance to change over the years. Number 7. Priscilla Presley. Priscilla has always been admired for her beauty, but she has undergone multiple plastic surgery procedures in recent years, and some have gone a little bit too far. But this is all down to one tragic procedure in 2003 that should have never been done. The former wife of Elvis Presley was the victim of an unlicensed doctor and was left with botched plastic surgery that changed her looks forever. Dr. Daniel Serrano administered surgery on several Hollywood A-listers, including Lionel Richie, his ex-wife Diane, and Shaun King, the late wife of CNN presenter and TV host Larry King. He only charged between $300 to $500 and operated on his clients at lavish cocktail parties in Hollywood. But Serrano was only a licensed nurse, and when he carried out the procedure, he used industrial-grade silicone, which is often used to lubricate car parts. The fake doctor eventually went to prison, and Priscilla has reportedly been undergoing corrective treatments ever since, but her changing face has also been attributed to Presley's alleged extensive history with plastic surgery, which reportedly includes multiple facelifts, laser treatments, as well as lip and cheek fillers. So this is probably why her look has changed so much over the years. Number 6. John Travolta. He's been a total heartthrob since the 1970s with his breakout role in Grease. Some of his most famous work includes Get Shorty, Saturday Night Fever, and Pulp Fiction. Not to mention the fact that he's also a pilot and has even built his own landing strip at one of his tropical properties. But the 68-year-old's face has definitely evolved over the years, and to this day he continues to go under the knife, all to try and maintain his youthful appearance. But although Travolta has never admitted to having plastic surgery, the actor surprised fans with what looked like the aftermath of too much plastic surgery after appearing in the series The People vs. O.J. Simpson. In fact, fans were convinced that Travolta had some work done to his face and it all went wrong. But he has not commented on the speculations. So what's the real deal? Well, no one truly knows what he has or hasn't had done or why he looks so different, but many fans have commented on his frozen face and saying that he has taken a surgery a little too far. But let's not forget, actors do have a heavy pressure to maintain their looks and appear perfect all the time.
At number 5, we have American model Kendall Jenner. Now the Kardashians have all been under loads of heat both in the past and presently about their supposed cosmetic procedures and lacks of truth in them. So of course Kendall was not safe from social media's firings. In a 2017 upload on her website and app, Kendall debunked cosmetic surgery theories from fans following a Facebook Live event she and her sister Kylie collaborated on. Kendall explained how her younger sister's makeup skills were the reason why her appearance seemed altered. Fans were not convinced, but Kendall still wrote the following quote, "All of a sudden photos of us came out with headlines like, OMG, Kendall got her lips done and got full facial reconstruction. Look at her cheekbones, look at her nose." I was like, this is crazy. I didn't even address it at the time, because if I address it, people are gonna be like, oh, so she's defending herself, she must be guilty. As a model, why would I have my face reconstructed? It doesn't make any sense. Kylie had previously cracked a joke by accepting responsibility for the spark of rumors of Kendall's face when she did her older sister's makeup. She informed Snapchat that Kendall let me overline her lip today with lip liner and everyone thinks she got lip injections. I'm sorry, Kendall.
Number 4. Cardi B. The singer is super open about a lot of aspects of her personal life, including her plastic surgery past. The singer is super open about a lot of aspects of her personal life, including her plastic surgery past and things she has gotten done that bordered on the dangerous. So after she welcomed her daughter Culture in July of 2018, she revealed that she has gotten a breast lift and liposuction. Although she did receive a huge amount of criticism from fans, she decided to defend her decision on Instagram Live. Quote, "Listen, I do whatever the F I want to do with my body. I don't have the time of day like you do. My job as an entertainer is a 24-hour job." She went on to say that she simply doesn't have the time to work out, and there were specific things about herself that would not change no matter how hard she hit the gym. Quote, "Like my boobs, no matter how much I work out, they were not gonna lift themselves." People were upset that a celebrity of her stature said that she didn't have as much time on her hands as regular people, but the honesty was refreshing. But she was forced to cancel several shows due to health complications from surgery. In fact, Cardi revealed that she had once gotten illegal butt injections and realized how risky it was when looking back on it. Number 3, Iggy Azalea. The Australian rapper made her US debut in 2014 with the release of her first album, The New Classic, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard rap chart. From her collaborations with some of our favorite pop princesses to her gorgeous curves, Iggy Azalea has consistently commanded headlines all over the globe. But recently, a lot of it has been plastic surgery rumors, considering how much her appearance has changed over the years. Confirming the suspicions, the Aussie hitmaker admitted that she has had rhinoplasty. She said, "I'm not denying it. Denying it is lame. I don't think you should be ashamed if you've made a change to yourself, which is why I've spoken about the changes I've made, like with my breasts." Iggy was always pretty straightforward about her decision to have surgery, saying, "Your perception of yourself can change a lot over time, so I think it's important to wait and make sure it's the right choice. Plastic surgery is an emotional journey. It's no easy feat to live with your flaws and accept yourself, and it's no easy feat to change yourself. Either way you look at it, it's a tough journey," which is a great message to get out there, considering that there's still a lot of stigma behind just admitting to having done plastic surgery in the first place. Number 2, Sharon Osbourne. The former The Talk panelist is no stranger to plastic surgery, and it really seemed to work with her over the years, considering her appearance was never altered too drastically. But all that changed in late 2021 when she got a facelift that, in her own words, ended up making her look like a cyclops. Quote, "I had a full facelift done in October, and I looked like one of those effing mummies that they wrap with bandages." She told the Sunday Times that the whole thing hurt like hell, but what was even worse is that all the pain never really paid off for her. Sharon said that after the more than 5-hour surgery, she was left looking horrendous, and she even told the surgeon, quote, "You've got to be effing joking. One eye was different to the other. I looked like an effing cyclops. All I need is a hunchback." It sounds funny, but it would have been a nightmare for her. Even her husband, Ozzy Osbourne, was totally against the results. Fortunately, she was able to undergo reconstructive work, and she's now a lot more satisfied with her appearance. And coming in at number 1, Katie Price. Since becoming a household name as a glamour model in the 90s, Katie Price's brand has become synonymous with plastic surgery, but she has always been very honest about the work that she's had done, like the fact that she's had 12 breast augmentations over the last 25 years, and got the first one when she was only 18 years old. She's also had veneers done, and in June last year, Katie endured one of her most ambitious rounds of surgery yet, as she underwent another facelift on the same day that she also treated herself to liposuction and fat injections on her bum. The TV personality is also a big fan of Botox, and has gone under the knife for an eye and brow lift that left her face with a sharp, tight look. Plastic surgery has become her brand at this point, and Katie herself has said many times that she has no plan to stop going under the knife. But just by looking at old pictures, it's easy to see that she looked like a completely different person before she had all the work done. Number 10, Zac Efron. The High School Musical star really shocked fans with how different he looked in 2021, when a video surfaced online of his face looking extremely altered. When Zac appeared on camera for a virtual Earth Day event, everyone was totally distracted by his new appearance. Not only did he no longer have his iconic baby face look, but some people suggested that he had an altered jawline and enhanced lips, and suspected that he'd had, at the very least, some Botox done. It's true that he looked a little bit puffy or possibly swollen, but of course, camera angles, makeup, and poor lighting also could have contributed to the drastically different appearance. When the video started making the rounds on social media, popular TikTok surgeon Dr. Yun suggested that Zac might have gotten oral surgery, which would explain his swollen jaw, which would happen if you're wisdom teeth were taken out, or you had some kind of other intensive dental surgery. But fans were not happy about the doctor's comments and accused him of trying to capitalize on Zach's popularity to gain attention. Although he does look different now, it's not necessarily a bad thing. The actor went on both The Ellen Show and Jimmy Kimmel Live recently and just looked a whole lot more mature. In fact, he seemed to have really grown into his features in the best way possible. Number 8. Rebel Wilson. The Australian actress has been in comedy since the early 2000s, but her career really took off a decade later in movies like What to Expect When You're Expecting, Struck by Lightning, and of course Pitch Perfect. She's always been a huge health and body positive advocate and has frequently opened up about her health journey. But the reason Rebel Wilson looks so drastically different in 2022 is that she has actually been working on her health and fitness since late 2019, and she has seen massive results. In a candid interview with the BBC, she talked about the differences in how she's being treated now. Quote, "Sometimes being bigger, people don't necessarily look twice at you. Now that I'm in good shape, people offer to carry my groceries to the car and hold doors open for you. And you think, is this what other people experience all the time?" So even though Rebel seems to be a lot happier now, she's also pointed out something that's really worth discussing. Her health journey has been a very public one, so it's great that the actress has decided not to hold back when talking about all the challenges that she's faced throughout. And she's certainly become an inspiration for others to make positive changes to their health. Number 7. JoJo Siwa. You don't have to be a loyal fan of JoJo to know that she has a signature look. Ever since the teen superstar first rose to fame, she's been known for rocking oversized bows and her signature high ponytail. In fact, her sense of style is so popular that she even sells her own line of bows that often sells out in stores. But fans were pretty shocked when the 19-year-old revealed that she had cut her hair very short and even given herself a mullet. Speaking in an interview for Instagram and Facebook's Creator Week, JoJo said, "I just had my 18th birthday, and it was right around my birthday that I realized I kinda wanna do my hair different today. It just felt like the right time to do something different and a little bit more mature or a little upgrade." The new 80s look is also a pretty good indicator that the singer wants to shed her Disney-fied image into something edgier and more age-appropriate, since she'll be entering her 20s soon enough.
Beginning our countdown at number 10 is Pamela Anderson. The Baywatch icon started making headlines in 2018 after looking unrecognizable at the Cannes Film Festival. She will always be an icon, but people still hold onto her looks from Baywatch, so now that she looks different, people say she looks like a totally different person. At the festival, she ditched the heavy makeup and the hair extensions and showed off more of her natural beauty. But that just showed people how different her face looks now after having work done throughout the years. She's always been transparent about her cosmetic procedures and says that beauty does play a part in her happiness. She said, "I know it sounds like a cliche, but happiness has a lot to do with beauty. Calm, peacefulness, and not constant stress are very, very important to feeling beautiful and confident." So even though she looks different than the girl in the red bathing suit running down the beach, she is still beautiful, and more importantly, she is happy. Up next, number 9, we have Gene Simmons. The 71-year-old rock star changed his face by going under the knife, but says he would not recommend anyone else to get plastic surgery despite the fact. He and his wife Shannon Tweed had his and her facelifts together back in 2007, and even though he doesn't regret it, he wouldn't suggest it. He talked about his cosmetic procedures and said, "I don't recommend anything that I've done to anyone. Just because I order something off the menu doesn't mean you should." He actually went under the knife on his reality TV show Gene Simmons' Family Jewels, where he tried to prove that couples who get surgery together stay together. His wife spoke about her decision to get it done with him at the time and said, "I didn't want him to look younger than me." Good news is they are still together. So maybe couples who do get plastic surgery together really do stay together. I'm not doing it though. I'd rather be single. I'd rather be freaking single. Moving on to number 8, we have Lil' Kim. For years now, media outlets have written countless articles about how plastic surgery damaged her career. She was once causing waves in the male-dominated field of rap music back in the late 90s and early 2000s. But over the years, her career seemed to fade out. She received heavy criticism for the drastic change in her look, but then she opened up about why she changed her face so much. She has opened up about it and said she always felt like she wasn't pretty, and she first got plastic surgery after getting face facial injuries caused by an ex-boyfriend. During a physical altercation, she was left with a broken nose, black eyes, and then she went under the knife to fix her nose. But then the injuries just continued after that as she stayed in the relationship, and she kept undergoing different procedures, which she covered up by saying she was having an allergic reaction, and that's why her face was swollen. In recent years, she said that she cheated by using plastic surgery, saying that she didn't think she was good enough and thought that plastic surgery would make her feel better about herself. This makes me so sad because I've written other lists about her in the past about plastic surgery and stuff, and I just thought she got it. I had no idea the backstory, anything like that. And it's like, man, the poor thing. Starting us off at number 10 is Farrah Abraham. She broke out into the spotlight on the MTV reality show 16 and Pregnant, and then became an OG mom on the show Teen Mom. She started out by sharing her inspiring story as a young single mother after losing her boyfriend and father to her daughter in a tragic car accident. But throughout the years in the public eye, we've seen her make very drastic changes to her appearance and a drastic change in her career path when she started working in the adult entertainment industry. She's been very open and honest about her surgery transformation as well as her new career path, and has no problem flaunting her new body. Just like that. You would never recognize her from the girl on Teen Mom, as she looks like a completely different person. She is so open about her changes that she will often live stream her Botox and filler procedures, and not just the ones on her face, if you know what I'm saying. And despite getting criticized online for all her surgery, she loves the changes she has made, and she said she's very happy. Moving on to number 9, we have Courtney Cox. While Friends fans will always be able to point her out in a crowd, people were surprised to see just how different she looks now compared to her time on the show. Of course, it has been over a decade since she was on the TV show, but she's also had some work done that did completely alter her look. She's been very open about the different cosmetic procedures she has had done, admitting that she regrets some of them. She admits to taking things too far and going overboard with fillers in her face. She hated how she looked so much that she actually went and had the fillers removed. The actress talked about it in 2017 and said, "I've had to learn to embrace movement and realize that fillers are not my friend. I've had all my fillers dissolved. I'm as natural as I can be. I think that I now look more like the person I was." But even though she has removed them, her face still looks a lot different, but beautiful nonetheless. Coming into our number 8 spot is Tara Reid. She is another actress who regrets her plastic surgery after losing work over her drastic appearance change. We'd be lying if we said her looks didn't play a big part in her career. She skyrocketed into fame after playing the hot blonde in the American Pie movie series. And even though we would tell her she was always gorgeous, she decided to get some work done in 2006. At the time, she got a procedure called liposculpting, which ended up going horribly wrong. She talked about it and said the surgery completely botched her stomach, and she could no longer book roles that had her in bikinis or with her stomach showing, which was normally required in the roles that she did book. She also said her breast implants were botched by the same doctor, so she didn't have a very pleasant experience. Fans are still surprised to see just how different she looks now compared to when we were first introduced to her.
Number 6, Noah Cyrus. Her big sister Miley is certainly the most famous member of the A-list family, but Noah has really started to make a name for herself in the music industry in recent years. While there's no denying that Noah has changed quite a bit since she arrived on the scene, many fans have speculated that her changing look is a result of more than just puberty, and instead they think that she may have gone under the knife. The plastic surgery rumors began to circulate after photos of her with plumped lips and high-raised eyebrows surfaced on Instagram in 2020. If you look at old photos of the singer and compare it to her appearance this year, you can actually tell that she has a significantly increased facial volumes in her cheeks, lips, and chin. Not only that, but her eyebrows appear to be higher. The 22-year-old hasn't said anything about it yet, but many people still believe her dramatic facial changes aren't entirely natural.
Halfway through the list at number 5 is Alexa Ray Joel. Billy Joel's daughter was making headlines after her changing look shocked everyone when she stepped out for her performance in New York City in 2018. It is always a big change seeing celebrity kids grow up because naturally they're going to look a lot different, but the 28-year-old's new face was turning heads and people were quick to speculate that she has undergone on the knife. She denied claims that she had work done to her face besides the nose job, which she admitted to way back in 2010, but people weren't buying it. She posted a long caption on Instagram to comment on the rumors and said that her changing face was simply the magic of her makeup artist. She wrote, "I would just like to add that all of the continuously circulating rumors that I have had extensive face work and undergone breast augmentation are simply and entirely false." She reminded her fans she only had a nose job in 2010 and stood firm on the fact that she has had no other work done. In spot number 7, we have Renee Zellweger. Throughout the decades of her career, we have seen the actress transform her body and looks into the roles that she's playing, but off screen her look changed too. Some people say her journey with plastic surgery actually cost her her career at one point in time. She took a 6-year hiatus, and plastic surgery and the pressure she was feeling might have something to do with it. But she is happy that people talk about how different she looks now. During a more recent interview, she said, "I'm glad folks think I look different. I am living a different, happy, more fulfilling life, and I'm thrilled that perhaps it shows." For a while, she dodged questions about getting work done on her face, but then later admitted to altering her face and having surgery on her eyes. The reason for doing so? She told the press, "It is no secret a woman's worth has historically been measured by her appearance." I'm curious, do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's keep it calm, cool, collected in the comments below, but let's talk about it. I think she brings up a good point. Cruising into number 6, we have Barry Manilow. For years, in spot number 7, we have Axl Rose. The legendary Guns N' Roses singer disappeared in the mid-90s when the band started to fall out, but when he returned down the road, he had a completely new look, and that is when the rumor mill started claiming that he had a facelift that totally changed his face. Articles began saying that he had Botox injections, face fillers, a facelift, but he did not speak out about the claims at that time. It wasn't until an interview in 2015 when he finally commented on it, saying that he has never had plastic surgery. Despite his denial, people did not believe him, and articles still read that he has had work done, including hair transplants. Even doctors have come forward about the topic, suggesting the specific things he has had done to keep his face and skin looking so youthful throughout these years. There's just no way your face will change unless you have stuff done to it. I don't get it. Making her way into number 6, we have Janet Jackson. Her ageless beauty has been a topic of conversation for years now, and rumors sparked that she may have had a helping hand from a plastic surgeon. But despite the thousands of claims, she has only ever admitted to having a nose job done and insists that she's never gone under the knife otherwise. Experts have come forward saying they believe she has had work done though. A surgeon from the MYA Cosmetic Surgery said, "I believe Janet has had an upper/lower face and neck lift. Facelift scars are normally hidden in the hairline and around the back of the ear to keep scarring discreet." She also suggested that she has had Botox done on her forehead and around her eyes. But even with an expert's opinion and the world claiming that she's had plastic surgery, she still always denied it. Regardless, she still looks a lot different than she did before, and that's as much as we know about it.
Number 4, Meg Ryan. After stealing audiences' hearts with her legendary rom-com roles, Meg Ryan's face would change beyond recognition in the early 2000s, when she underwent several cosmetic procedures to change her look entirely. When Meg attended the Tony Awards in 2016, she looked completely different. So the audience couldn't help but speculate that she has had plastic surgery and that she might have overdone it a little bit. Many cosmetic surgeons were quick to give their opinion on which procedures she might have had done, and they said that the most evident thing that she's done to her cheek was some form of filler or fat transfer, and the general consensus is that the procedure wasn't done properly, as the volume of filler could have been positioned more laterally to give her a softer appearance. There's also been speculation that she's had rhinoplasty done, as the tip of her nose is narrower than before and looks a little bit more pinched, but realistically, no one can really pinpoint the exact reason why she looks so unrecognizable these days, so up until now, it's all just speculation. Number 3, Renee Zellweger. The actress stepped out on the red carpet in 2014 with a changed appearance, and it set the rumor mill abuzz. Photos from the event went viral around the world in a matter of hours, causing a huge social media frenzy. Both fans and critics felt Renee looked completely different than the Bridget Jones we all remember from the late 90s and early 2000s. She faced immense backlash for having Botox injections and a possible facelift, as many people noticed noticed that she no longer had her signature almond-shaped eyes. Renee told People magazine, "I'm glad folks think I look different. I'm living a very different, happy, and more fulfilling life, and I'm thrilled that perhaps it shows." But the change in her appearance could also be completely natural, as she was away from the spotlight from 2010 to 2016 and only returned for her new movie Bridget Jones's Baby. It's also very common for actresses who are typically typecast into certain roles to adjust their look as they age, because they want to be considered for a plethora of different parts. Number 2. Jennifer Grey. After being catapulted to mega fame in 1987 for playing Baby in Dirty Dancing, Jennifer's career stalled, and although she was personally happy with her nose and its distinct bump, she underwent plastic surgery at the age of 29 to boost her career and gain more acting roles. She told the Mirror in 2012 that it was the nose job from hell. Quote, "I went into the operating room a celebrity and came out anonymous. After the first surgery, she was thrilled with the way that she looked. Then, less than a year later, she noticed that a tiny bit of cartilage was visible under the surface of her nose. Jennifer then underwent a second surgery to correct the issue, but when she woke up, she discovered that she no longer looked like herself at all. It completely changed her. She was still beautiful, of course, but after that she became totally unrecognizable from her Dirty Dancing days and lost one of her most unique features." Number 5. Kelly Osbourne. The singer has undergone a major transformation in recent years. She's ditched the shaved hair and goth makeup, and she's lost almost 40 kilograms. Kelly has been very open about her changing look and said that she underwent gastric sleeve weight loss surgery in 2018. She went on the Hollywood Raw podcast in 2020 and described it as being the best thing that she has ever done. The surgery is quite a drastic one, as it removes 75 to 80% of the stomach. While she has been very vocal about her decision, she said that it's far from a quick fix and actually requires a complete change in lifestyle. But after losing the weight, Kelly said that she realized she was resentful of Hollywood. Quote, "Now in retrospect, I know exactly who I'll work with and who I won't, because I know who called me fat. I know who didn't want to work with me because of that. I take that and I put it into my memory bank. I remember what you said about me, and that's the best revenge."
Here now at number 4, we have Kylie Jenner. Now I know she will never be unrecognizable because she is Kylie Jenner and she's become known for her current look, but she has not always looked like this. Anyone who's become a fan of her in recent years would think that she's always looked this way, but have you ever looked at her before pictures next to her current ones? In recent years, people have criticized her changing look, and rumors started claiming that she had gone under the knife, but she has never admitted to that. In 2015, she told Cosmopolitan, "You guys have watched me grow up since I was 9. My face is going to get different. Now I know how to do my own makeup, contour, and everything. I'm not against surgery. I would never say no, but I don't desire it right now." But since that was in 2015 and she said she's not against it, people think that in recent years she might have had some work done, besides her breasts and butt, which we all know about, obviously. In our 3rd spot is Lisa Rinna. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills standout told Daily Mail that getting lip injections at 24 paved the path for her beauty brand. She has made jokes during interviews saying that her lips have had a career of their own because they started making headlines since the moment that she got them done. The feedback wasn't very positive, but she said as the years went on, people were more accepting of them. From that, she created her own lip beauty brand and sold kits which had lip liner, lip gloss, lipstick. That way people could achieve the same look but without getting fillers. So was she before Kylie or what? Who did it first? It is not just her lips that have changed though. When seeing before pictures of her, you would think it is a totally different person. Media outlets often say she has gone overboard with her appearance after living her life as one of the Real Housewives, but she has always remained confident despite the rumors and criticism. Taking over spot number 2 is Melanie Griffith. It's really no surprise that her look has changed over the years since she's been in the spotlight for so long now. But she has always been open about her decisions to get plastic surgery despite facing a lot of criticism for it. When she first got the work done, she said she didn't realize just how drastic the changes were until people started pointing it out, asking her what happened to her face. She revealed that it got so bad to a point that she went to a different doctor and started dissolving some of the previous stuff that her other doctor had put in. But that was back in 2017. In 2020, more rumors sparked up again, claiming that she had even more work done in recent months, altering her appearance even more. No confirmation has been given on the recent plastic surgery, but it is no secret that changes were made and she admitted to them in the past. Winning our number 1 place is Amanda Lepore. The trans American singer and model gained fame for her changing appearance and was given the title of the most expensive body on earth. She is famously known for her numerous plastic surgeries and the fact that she is a totally new person now. She did a tell-all about her transition in her book called Doll Parts and explained that she started her transition at just 15 years old when she started taking hormones. So for her, she doesn't want to be recognized as who she was before all of the surgery. So what does the most expensive body on earth have done? She confessed to eye surgery to make her eyes bigger and more doll-like, a breast augmentation, a forehead lift, butt implants, lip injections, and having her bottom ribs broken so she could achieve a smaller waist. It has been reported that the total cost of all of her cosmetic surgeries is well over $1 million, but she does not know the exact amount. So technically she might not have the most expensive, but she still holds the title. Halfway through at number 5, we have Joan Van Ark. Articles have printed titles reading, "How Plastic Surgery Damaged Joan Van Ark's Career." So this situation would be hard to deny, like some of the other celebrities on our list. Janet Jackson, I'm looking at you. The actress was known for being a total stunner at the peak of her career, but her look has changed dramatically thanks to plastic surgery. In January 2020, one source who saw the actress told the Globe that it looked like her face was melting. Well-known plastic surgeon Dr. Anthony Oon talked about her appearance and said, "I suspect she's had at least one facelift, if not two, causing her neckline and jawline to look tight. Her forehead is smooth and wrinkle-free, a possible consequence of a brow lift and Botox." She's never openly talked about her big transformation, but a source close to her said she's never liked the way she looked and once just had the money to burn on plastic surgery. I feel like that's the case for a lot of people. You get the money for it. It becomes more tempting, I'm sure, when you have the money to do it. Rolling into spot number 4 is JWoww, real name being Jenny Farley. You would know her as JWoww from the reality TV show Jersey Shore. She became a staple to the show, and one thing she was always known for was her huge breast implants. She flaunted them and loved the jokes and memes that came from it. But throughout the years, she decided to have other procedures done, and in 2009, she first debuted a new look. She claimed at the time that she'd never gone under the knife on her face and only had Botox done. But people were not buying it because the change just seemed too drastic. Even in more recent years, she looks different than she did in 2009. Fans got to actually see her undergo a facelift procedure on the reboot Jersey Shore Family Vacation. She wasn't able to travel on the show with the rest of the cast for a period of time because she was recovering, and her face was severely swollen because she got a blood clot. She eventually healed though and looks beautiful nonetheless. She just looks different. I actually watched that episode when her face got the blood clot and she was like, ugh, and holy moly, it looked painful. Up next, number 2, we have Chloe Ferry. The Geordie Shore star has faced a ton of criticism online for the drastic change in her appearance, with fans saying she has gone overboard with the plastic surgery. You would hardly recognize the 25-year-old after she spent almost $100,000 on her surgeries in recent years. She admits to having 3 nose jobs, 2 breast augmentations, a butt lift, Botox, and fillers. The decision came unexpectedly when she made the decision to alter her natural beauty, but now she said she's finally done with it. She said it has been hard though to fight her addiction. She recently did an interview and said, "As soon as I started on the show in 2015, I was obsessed with surgery. When I met Charlotte and seen her lips, I was like, I need them. And now I've had the most work done out of all the cast." But she claims that she is finally done with it and says the lockdown actually helped her reflect and learn to love her looks for how she is now. Winning the number 1 place, whether he wants it or not, is Dane Cook. There haven't been many red carpet events in the past year because of this pandemic, but photos of Dane Cook on a previous red carpet went viral because of how different his face looked. The photos, which came from a red carpet event in 2019, actually went viral during the 2020 pandemic when people started sharing them online with the caption, "What the F happened to Dane Cook?" referring to his face and how different he looked. Fans started speculating that plastic surgery was the reason for his transformation. Dane has responded to these types of rumors in the past, saying that he has had work done, and says that he has not and that it is all about a healthy lifestyle. In 2018, he did an interview and said, "So many weirdos DMing me asking why I wax my eyebrows or use Botox. It's called healthy living, my friends. Never drank or did drugs. I've had a dermatologist for years to help me keep my skin nice with constant travel, drink mostly water." But after seeing the 2019 pictures, people do not believe him.
And coming in at number 1, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Of all the famous twins in Hollywood, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen are probably the most mysterious. The former child stars announced an abrupt and permanent retirement from acting more than 15 years ago, and ever since then they've kept a low profile. But the twins are still hard at work on their fashion line and other business endeavors. But when photos surfaced over the years of Mary-Kate looking drastically different from Ashley, fans began speculating that one or both sisters may have had plastic surgery. People were pretty rude when it came to targeting the appearance of both of them, with some outlets reporting that Ashley underwent a botched facelift and that Mary-Kate looked a lot older. In fact, one plastic surgeon who spoke to Life and Style magazine insisted that the changes could have come from other factors, such as nicotine products or lifestyle changes. The sisters looked surprisingly similar when they were younger, which caused most people to assume that they were identical, but they're actually fraternal twins, which might help explain their physical differences now. The girls did have a brief chance to get back on the screens recently in the revival of their original show Fuller House, but they just weren't interested in participating, which seemed to disappoint a lot of fans. But it only served to make them more mysterious as they continued to live ever so private lives.